Okay, let's get into this. We've got a really interesting source today. It's Notes on Gardening, part 689. Very specific.
Dated October 18th, 2025. Yeah, these kinds of personal notes, they capture something special.
Right. And this isn't about some super rare jungle find. It's actually about, well, finding something amazing that was basically right under the author's nose, locally available.
Exactly, that moment of realization. Walking through a local nursery somewhere familiar and suddenly seeing a plant that was always there but just missed.
Completely overlooked. So the plant we're talking about is the Lark Daisy. Scientifically, that's Centratherum Punctatum, if you want to look it up later.
Good to have the proper name.
Yeah. And our mission here is to dig deeper than just the name tag. We want to pull out the key details, the surprising bits from these notes. What made this common plant suddenly stand out?
It's interesting because the notes show this little internal conflict right away. The plant caught the eye, sure, but maybe not in a way that lined up perfectly with what the gardener usually likes.
Okay, let's start right there then. The visual hook. It was the flowers initially, wasn't it?
Absolutely. The notes are pretty clear. Distinctive, fluffy, purplish flowers, and round and button-shaped.
Sounds quite memorable. Something that would definitely pop on a nursery shelf,
It would. But here's the twist, the subjective part. The author notes right away that, well, the look wasn't quite their thing.
Really? What didn't they like?
They mention preferring a simpler and vibrant look. So maybe the fluffy purple buttons felt a bit much.
Huh. That's fascinating. That tension between it grabbed my attention but it's not really my style. Happens all the time, I guess.
It does, in art, gardens, everywhere. The loudest thing isn't always the one you connect with long term.
So the author sees these flashy flowers and thinks, maybe a bit too noisy for me.
And that's the puzzle, isn't it? If the main feature, the flower, isn't a perfect match, why stick around? Why look closer?
Most people might just move on.
Exactly. But the fact the author paused suggests they sensed there might be more to it than just the flowers, that the initial visual isn't the whole story.
It makes you look past that first impression.
Right.
Like, okay, the flowers aren't my favorite, but what else does this plant offer? What's the value here?
And this is where knowing the scientific name, Centratherum Punctatum, becomes really useful. Because common names like Lark Daisy can sometimes be confusing, maybe apply to different plants.
Right. So the scientific name anchors it. Make sure we're talking about the same plant with those hidden qualities the author found.
Precisely.
Okay, so speaking of those hidden qualities, that initial hesitation about the flowers, it leads directly to where the author's attention shifted next.
Yes. The pivot, away from the fluff, towards the foliage, the leaves.
That's where the real interest sparked.
Seems like it. This is where they stopped just glancing and really looked, got up close. And the leaves were the unexpected star, the perfect counterpoint to the flowers, according to the notes.
Okay, so what were the leaves like? What did the notes say?
Described as simple oval leaves. And they had coarsely serrated margins, little jagged edges.
Okay, simple, oval, serrated.
And the notes specifically say they beautifully complement the distinctive flowers.
So you get that contrast. The flowers are round, maybe a bit fussy, purple. The leaves are simpler, structured, green.
Exactly. They provide that structure, that simplicity the author mentioned they prefer. Oval shape, defined edges.
Yeah.
They sort of ground the whole thing, like a frame for the picture.
So the leaves provide the simpler element the author values. Okay, that makes sense. But, I mean, nice leaves are nice leaves. Still visual, right? Is there more?
Oh, yes, this is the real payoff, the aha moment.
Don't keep us waiting.
It seems the author saved the best detail for last. The most surprising thing about Centratherum punctatum, when you crush the leaves.
Crush them. Okay.
They release this amazing fragrance, distinctive, delightful, and get this pineapple-like.
Pineapple. Seriously. From the leaves of this purple button flower.
Pineapple, isn't that something?
Wow. Okay, that changes everything. That's not just visual anymore. It's a whole sensory experience hiding in plain sight.
It totally reframes the plant, doesn't it? Takes it from, maybe a cottage garden vibe to something almost tropical, but subtly so. It's unexpected.
And it's interactive. You have to actually touch the leaf, crush it a little to get the reward. It rewards that curiosity.
Precisely. You walk past, maybe you judge the purple flowers, maybe you walk away, but the author pushed past that initial visual judgment and bam, hidden pineapple scent. Pure, unexpected joy.
That's the kind of detail that makes you really appreciate a plant, I think. beyond just how it looks.
And think about why pineapple. It's so specific. It just elevates the whole thing. It's the difference between just looking and actually engaging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect for someone who values detail over just decoration.
Totally. And that is what makes this seemingly ordinary local plant suddenly worth digging into, worth noting down. It's not just nice if you like purple, it's this fascinating sensory thing.
Which brings us to the practical side of things. Because a great scent is wonderful, but you also want to know, is this plant going to stick around? Or is it a one-season wonder?
Good point. Did the notes mention that?
They did, a key detail right at the end. The Lark Daisy, Centratherum Punctatum, it's noted as a perennial species.
Perennial. Okay.
And that's crucial, right? Especially if you're listening and thinking about your own garden or landscape. Perennial means it lasts.
It comes back year after year, dies down in winter maybe, but returns.
Exactly. Longevity, reliability.
So that amazing pineapple scent isn't just a fleeting thing. The author found a source of it that will return, that offers sustained value. And thinking about it, perennials often mean less work year to year, which kind of fits with that desire for simplicity too.
It really does. It requires less annual fuss, but consistently delivers that unique sensory reward. It makes the plant feel more foundational, less like just a temporary splash of color.
So the fact that it's perennial kind of justifies overlooking the initial flower preference, because you get reliable structure from the leaves and that amazing scent season after season.
I think that's exactly the takeaway. It's a complete package offering different kinds of value.
Okay, let's pull this all together for you listening. From these notes, Centratherum punctatum, the Lark Daisy, has a few key things going for it. First, those distinctive, fluffy, purplish flowers.
Which the author found visually striking, but maybe not entirely to their personal taste.
Right. But then, the simple, oval, serrated foliage, which they did really value for its complementary structure.
And the absolute kicker, that hidden, delightful pineapple scent you get when you crush the leaves.
Plus the practical bonus, it's a perennial. It's going to stick around.
So the real nugget here, the thing to remember about this Lark Daisy, is that its most surprising and arguably most delightful feature, the pineapple scent isn't in the main visual attraction. It's hidden in the foliage.
The part the author found more appealing anyway, structure-wise.
Which really makes you think, doesn't it? Especially about the author preferring that simpler and vibrant look over the showy flowers. How often do we do that?
Do what?
Judge something, anything really, a project, an idea, maybe even a person based only on the most obvious, maybe the loudest, surface-level feature.
And potentially miss the best part because it's quieter or requires a bit more interaction.
Exactly. The lesson from this little Lark Daisy note isn't just about plants. It's about shifting our focus sometimes. Looking beyond the obvious.
Realizing that the truly valuable stuff, the defining characteristics, might be in those secondary details. The things you only find if you, well, look closer, interact a bit.
Like crushing a leaf. So the question for you is, what other amazing discoveries, what hidden pineapple scents might be waiting right there in your world?
Hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to get past that first impression.
Something to ponder.
Definitely something to think about next time you're, well, anywhere really, maybe even the local nursery.